Hi, I'm Stuart Carlton. I'm the Director of Children's Services in North Yorkshire, and I've been in this role for just over 3 years now. My career is much like anyone else's. I started many years ago as a residential worker. I still see myself as a bit of a jumped up residential worker who's got too big for his boots, and actually it's not a bad thing to keep grounded in the things that you came from.
I'm Lucy Butler, and I'm Executive Director for Children, Young People and Learning for West Sussex County Council. Yeah, I've had a bit of a strange journey to the Director of Children's Services role. So my background was predominantly in adult social care. I started off as a mental health social worker and then became a team manager of West Sussex for a hospital team. And then I became an assistant director for adult services. And I moved to Oxfordshire County Council in the wake of a big crisis. So they were dealing with the Bullfinch case, which was 6 girls who had been abused and sexually exploited by a group of men, and that was in the Old Bailey, and the council was very deeply affected by that, and there was seen as a big failure on the part of the council and social care services and the police. And I was in adult services at the time, and I just thought that looks a bit interesting. I'd really like to be part of the improvement journey around that.
So I started out as a teacher, and I was an EMAS teacher, which was working with children with minority ethnic backgrounds. From that, kind of moved into kind of wider inclusion work, never really anticipating at that point that I'd become a Director of Children's Services. But through those different kind of management routes, gradually having a wider brief until became an Assistant Director.
I'm Charlotte Ramsden. I'm the Strategic Director for People in Salford City Council, which also makes me the Director of Children's Services. I started my career as a children and family social worker. I certainly didn't start off with any ambitions for a big or senior role. I just started off with an absolute passion for making a difference with children and families, and I loved the opportunities that frontline practice gave me to do that.
My name's Gail Hopper. I'm the Director of Children's Services in Rochdale Council. I've been here for 7 years, and prior to that was an Assistant Director in Durham County Council for a similar length of time. I've also spent some time in inspection, which was a really useful way of determining both how I might want to operate as a leader and how I definitely wouldn't want to operate.
One of the things I did at that point was to become an LGA peer reviewer, and that involved kind of reviewing safeguarding services elsewhere. And of course I did the aspirant DCS programme, which I thought was really important in terms of my professional development.
I guess I was always someone who had ideas and wanted to see things even better, and I used to influence change a lot, whether it was within my team or with partners. And so I guess that was what drove me into management roles, realising that actually if I moved into management, I could have greater influence, I had greater opportunity to make things better for children and families.
Once I'd moved into children's, there was no looking back. I absolutely fell in love with it, and then from that post I became the Director of Children's Services in Oxfordshire, and then I moved to West Sussex in April. Best move ever.